Hi, Media and Journalism Studies students, and welcome to the second half of the spring 2020 semester, probably the most difficult one I've faced in 17 years of teaching at Cuyahoga Community College. I'm John Kerezy, and give me a few minutes of your time to walk you through that second 8 weeks and what it's going to be like with the coronavirus and our situation on campus. In response to the health situation and declarations of state of emergency from the President of the United States, the Governor of Ohio, our campus president, Dr. Alex Johnson, and others, we have chosen to do 100% online instructional modality. That means that we will not have in-person class meetings from March the 16th through to the end of our semester. Other professors and I have been given quite a bit of latitude in terms of how we teach our classes online in this situation. I'm pretty fortunate because I taught my first online class way back in 2005. I began actually before Hurricane Katrina hit. Back then, it was really hard to get students to post comments on something called discussion boards. I'm really glad that's changed a lot nowadays. Now, I have 4 classes this semester, so the 2 that are most directly impacted are by this online-only policy are my MJS 1010 and my Comm 1010 courses. So if you're a student in my MJS 1010 class, my intro or principal class, our class has been pushed back 1 week. It doesn't begin on March the 16th, instead it begins on March the 23rd. When it resumes, your syllabus basically gets pushed back 1 week, and everything becomes due a week later. Be sure to look at Start Here. I've put information there about loading something called WebEx onto your laptop or your mobile device, because that's the software in which our system will meet. We will still get together on Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 o'clock, but it will be done synchronously, simultaneously, so you just log on to WebEx and we'll continue our class there. I'm really glad we had the first half of the class session in person, so I got to know you a little bit better. That's going to help a lot. Now, if you're a student in MJS 1310, Film Appreciation, Section 14524, that's an 8-week online class that begins on Monday, March the 16th. I've been teaching this class online for about 9 or 10 years. There will be no difference whatsoever between how I offer that course and the new situation with our college. So that should work out really well for you. The class that's going to be most difficult for me is Comm 1010, or Fundamentals of Speech Communication. If you're one of the 20 plus students who are in that class, this is going to be an interesting challenge. You're going to have to give 4 speeches for the class, and you're going to have to give them all in a video or online format. Please look very carefully at your online syllabus. You're going to need to load that WebEx software as well right away, because we're going to meet for the first time via WebEx at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, March the 18th, first Wednesday of the semester. And that's going to be a webinar class. That's what all of our future Wednesday nights. And that means that you log in and you participate just as if you were attending a live class. I will teach that class on Wednesdays at 6 throughout the balance of the semester. And then later on, I'll give you instructions on how you give your speeches. Some of them might be live via WebEx. Some of them might be recorded by a media site or other software as well. But you will get all 4 speeches in. Don't worry. I have done this many times before. I have a lot of experience coaching, watching, and evaluating speeches as well. I've been a high school speech and debate coach for about a dozen years, and if I can help 15 and 16-year-olds advance to the state tournament and the state finals, we can make sure that you become a better speaker when you're in our Comm 1010 class as well. And finally, let me close with a word of encouragement to you. We'll get over this. Duck and cover was something I learned as a kid when we thought that the nuclear bombs might be hitting during the Cuban Missile Crisis in the early 1960s. I survived the Hong Kong flu, which hit my middle school in the late 1960s. I remember grocery store shelves rolling out empty after 9/11, and I was on the college's swine flu task force 11 years ago, and we developed ways to teach modalities in case we had a severe swine flu hit as well. We're all going to be wiser and sharper as a result of this upcoming experience. And with God's help, we'll all make it through this. So be optimistic, be wise, be an encourager for others. Be the first to lend a helping hand to someone who might need it, and let's assist each other. And someday we'll look back over this and recall how we responded to the coronavirus 19 as being one of our finest hours. And final thought, Tri-C is where futures begin. Let your future continue. Don't let it be impaired in any way, shape, or form by what's happening the second 8 weeks of the semester. Looking forward to having you in my class.